Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers are beginning to prepare for the future and are looking to sign high-level players who can partner with Luka Doncic for many years. LeBron James is nearing retirement, and he too could request a trade to win a championship now. Darius Garland would be the ideal player to help Luka Doncic. He's a great passer, a high-level scorer, and a great rebounder. Garland averages remarkable points, rebounds, and assists per game. In his career, he has already achieved impressive milestones, scoring 51 points in a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves on November 13, 2022. Record for assists. He distributed 19 assists in a game against the Philadelphia 76ers on March 3, 2022. 4-team trade brings Darius Garland to the Lakers. A massive 4-team trade idea could be on the table, which would send LeBron and Bronny James to Cleveland, along with stars such as Darius Garland and Jared Allen, heading in different directions. LeBron James returning to Cleveland might catapult the offseason rumor mill into warp speed, and not just LeBron himself. Imagine the King's son, Bronny, tagging along to help usher in a new era in his hometown. That's exactly the kind of trade package we want to happen, sending Cleveland into the title conversation while shifting Darius Garland to Hollywood, Max Strus off to LA, and Jared Allen settling in Charlotte. LeBron's future in Los Angeles has been up in the air over the past few weeks, and it might have to do with the Luka Doncic era becoming the norm for the Lakers. Rumors have been circulating about the King's stint in LA coming to an end, which is why a 4-team trade idea, involving the Charlotte Hornets and Brooklyn Nets as well, makes a lot of sense. Los Angeles Lakers receive Darius Garland, Max Strus, 2031 second-round pick, BKN. Cleveland Cavaliers receive LeBron James, Bronny James, 2027 first-round pick, CHO. Charlotte Hornets receive Jared Allen. Brooklyn Nets receive Grant Williams, Dean Wade. This is an intricate swap that the Cavs would only pull off if they were ready to bet everything on one final run with LeBron. Garland, who delivered all-star numbers last season, 20.6 ppg, 6.7 apg, and Allen, the defensive anchor, 13.5 ppg, 9.7 rpg, would head to new homes, while Brooklyn neatly collects role players and draft capital to grease the wheels. And what better stage than Cleveland, where for many it feels like LeBron never really left? Let's dive in. Lakers start the Luka Doncic era with a new face. Los Angeles pulls the trigger on acquiring all-star point guard Darius Garland to usher in the Luka Doncic era, finally aligning their direction around a generational superstar. Garland posted 20.6 ppg, 6.7 apg, 2.9 rpg, and shot 40.1% from 3 over 75 starts in 2024-25. He is young, dynamic, and ascending, but a Lakers rebuild built on Garland's profile would feel like Kit Kat without the chocolate. The calculus changes with Luka on the horizon. Garland's entrance isn't just about financial flexibility, it's about identity. His elite passing and scoring would mesh in theory with Luka, especially since Garland is such a capable shooter. Max Strus is an added player who would fit nicely in the Lakers' rotation, since he posted 9.4 ppg, 4.3 rpg, and 3.2 apg on 38.6% from deep in 2024-25. He isn't a star, probably won't be a starter, but would be a perfect two-way wing who has played on 2 title-contending teams, Heat and Cavs, over the last few seasons. It also helps that the Lakers are bringing back a second-round pick in this deal to fortify their future assets, which have been depleted ever since the Anthony Davis trade in 2019. Sure, it's a bold shift, double down on one generational star and acquire a floor spacer and playmaker to help him. That also likely means the Lakers will have to move on from Austin Reeves and find capable forwards to complement their 2 guards. For LA, this is the moment to declare, Luka or bust. Yet let's not understate Garland's value. Over his career, he's averaged 17.4 ppg and 8.1 apg in 11 games versus the Lakers. Garland's future in LA would be clear alongside Luka, and this pivot away from LeBron James signals LA's all-in on one direction. Bronny James' development trending upward ahead of sophomore season. Bronny James is beginning to silence critics and reshape the narrative around his NBA future. Following a rocky rookie campaign with limited NBA minutes, the 20-year-old guard delivered a promising stretch in the G League and built on that momentum with a strong showing at the 2025 Summer League, evidence that he's trending toward a legitimate rotational role in the future. James found his rhythm in the second half of his rookie season, with a noticeable boost in confidence from game to game. During the G League tip-off tournament, he averaged 13.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, 3.9 assists and 1.1 steals across 7 games, though he struggled with efficiency and averaged 3.1 turnovers per game. Once the regular season began, however, the switch flipped. James' numbers surged to 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, 5.4 assists and 1.9 steals per game. He shot an impressive 38% from three-point range on 8.4 attempts per game. While his turnovers remained relatively high at 3.5 per contest, the overall leap in production began to shift perceptions. Although he didn't play enough games to qualify for the G League season leaderboards, James would have ranked among the league's top performers. On March 24, he erupted for a career-high 39 points in a win over the Santa Cruz Warriors, adding 4 three-pointers, 3 steals and a block in a statement performance. NBA minutes remained limited, and likely will for the foreseeable future, but the trajectory of James' development is undeniably positive. He showed real improvement as a scorer, playmaker and defender, steadily taking on more responsibility as the season progressed. That growth carried into Summer League, where he emerged as one of the Los Angeles Lakers' most consistent contributors. In Las Vegas, James averaged 14.3 points, 3.8 assists and 2.8 rebounds on 47.6% shooting over 4 appearances. His final 3 games stood out in particular, including an 18-point second half against the Boston Celtics and a 17-point, 5-rebound, 5-assist outing against the Los Angeles Clippers. His improved feel in pick-and-roll situations, increased confidence with the ball and sharper scoring all signaled meaningful progress. Most importantly, the 6'3" guard is beginning to look like a player capable of contributing at the NBA level, not because of his last name, but because of the development he's putting on display. With his rookie season behind him and a full offseason to build on, James is starting to look like a prospect worth watching. Rumored Bulls move could gift Luka Doncic's Lakers the player Mavericks should fear. This move could bring the Lakers and Luka Doncic within striking distance of the Mavericks. Ever since the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers on February 1, they have been all in on running double big lineups and having one of the strongest frontcourts in the NBA. As things stand now, Dallas still has one of the best frontcourts in the NBA, but the Lakers could be in prime position to add another big to their locker room if the Chicago Bulls end up releasing Nikola Vucevic. According to NBA insider Jake Fisher, the trade market for Vucevic isn't buzzing right now, and the Bulls could be in the market to buy him out at some point during the regular season. There hasn't been much of a market for Nikola Vucevic all along, Fisher said on a Bleacher Report Insider Notebook livestream. I think that this juncture, we're probably more likely to see a Nikola Vucevic buyout mid-season than we are to see a trade. Nikola Vucevic joining the Lakers would devastate Mavericks fans. Vucevic is in the final year of a 3-year, $60 million deal with the Bulls, and if his trade market continues to be flat, Doncic and the Lakers are going to be in the perfect position to fly in if the Bulls end up buying out his contract to allow him to sign with a contender. Even though the Lakers' frontcourt is bound to get better with the addition of DeAndre Ayton, they still need more center help, and Vucevic would bring all of that and more. As things stand now, the Lakers' bigs will be Ayton, Jackson Hayes, and Maxi Kleber, and although Hayes has had some great moments and Kleber provides good versatility and defense, they both have their weaknesses. Hayes is fairly one-dimensional, while Kleber has serious problems staying healthy, and Vucevic would give the Lakers the depth they need to better compete with the stout frontcourts in the West. And Mavericks fans would hate every second of that. While Mavericks fans still have love for Doncic and everything that he gave the city of Dallas, there is still some genuine hatred for the Lakers. With Kyrie Irving healthy, the Mavericks have a much better roster than Los Angeles, but if the Lakers landed Vucevic, they would inch much closer to the Mavericks than fans would be comfortable with. There is some uncertainty surrounding the Mavericks, and how deadly they can actually be next season for the first half of the season without Irving, and the same can be said about the Lakers. Los Angeles got smoked in the playoffs last season by the Minnesota Timberwolves, as Minnesota's size was too much for them, and Vucevic could help the Lakers snag a higher seed than Dallas again next season. Last season for the Bulls, Vucevic averaged 18.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 0.8 steals, and 0.7 blocks per game while shooting 53% from the field and a career-high 40.2% from downtown. He is the type of floor-stretching big who would thrive next to Doncic due to his unreal on-ball gravity, and this could end up being one of the best buyout markets of the season if the Bulls punt on Vucevic and the Lakers sign him. With Vucevic, they would be adding a versatile offensive-minded big man who can score at all three levels, rebound at an elite rate, and take care of the rock. He is one of the better passing centers in the NBA, and his IQ and vision would form a deadly trio when he shares the court with Doncic and LeBron James. If the Bulls were to get rid of Vucevic, it would be a shock to no one if the Lakers went after him, considering their current depth down low as well as his relationship with Doncic. Vucevic and Doncic always seem to be chopping it up when they face off against each other, and Doncic would likely be thrilled to welcome Vucevic to Tinseltown. Recently, Doncic helped recruit Marcus Smart to the Lakers, and it wouldn't be shocking if he did the same thing for Vucevic at some point during this next season if the Bulls give up on him. Both players have some Balkan roots, and another big could be the Lakers' key to becoming a true contender. Mavericks fans would be crushed if the Lakers could pull off this move, as they have wanted Vucevic in the past, and it would better equip Los Angeles to handle Dallas in the paint. Even though Vucevic isn't known for his defense, he would be another body to throw at the Mavs bigs. All of this hinges on if the rumors about the Bulls buying out Vucevic come true at some point, and NBA fans will be eyeing this situation closely as the regular season kicks off in a few months. LeBron James' next team may be joining his latest nemesis. Could there be a throne awaiting in the Rockies? LeBron James was recently spotted soaking up the sun aboard a fancy yacht off the French coast. This was not just a typical celebrity vacation. Nope, the four-time NBA champ was seen having a conversation with Misko Raznatovic. That would be the prominent NBA agent for none other than Denver Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic's agent and LeBron. Given that Jokic and the Nuggets have been the Lakers' playoff kryptonite lately, this unexpected meeting sent the NBA world into a frenzy. Could King James actually be quietly cooking up a move to join the Lakers' fiercest rival of late? LeBron's timing is totally tantalizing and concerning. The timing is nothing short of eyebrow-raising. LeBron remains officially signed with the Lakers through the 2025-26 season after recently opting into a $52.6 million player option. But rumors are swirling that he might already be eyeing the future. This is especially notable since the Lakers appear fully committed to building around Luka Doncic. At 40 years old, it's becoming clear that LeBron's long-term spot in Los Angeles might not be guaranteed anymore. Adding to the intrigue of all of this was Raznatovic's caption on his Instagram post, "The summer of 2025 is the perfect time to make big plans for the fall of 2026. By tagging LeBron and his manager directly, Raznatovic sent a subtle but powerful message. Something major could be brewing well before LeBron's current deal expires. LeBron Jokic Dream Team is an epic possibility. If LeBron does head to Denver, it would be one of the most jaw-dropping moves in recent NBA history. After two brutal playoff losses to the Nuggets in 2023 and 2024, the idea of a LeBron Jokic Dream Team suddenly feels less like fantasy and more like an electrifying possibility. Imagine the headlines and the ripple effects across the league if LeBron does indeed join the very squad and the three-time MVP that twice crushed his championship hopes. For Lakers fans, a devastating blow. For LeBron, a bold new chapter. For Los Angeles Lakers fans, it might feel like a gut punch seeing their longtime king suit up for a rival. For LeBron, a player who has never been shy about chasing rings wherever the opportunity arises, Denver could be the perfect final stage to chase glory once again. The King might just be ready to trade his Hollywood crown for a new throne. It would be one with a stunning mountain view. NBA writer says Lakers star is overrated, as he isn't worth a $90 million contract. He's not elite. Being part of the Los Angeles Lakers comes with its own set of challenges, but one player, often labeled as overrated, seems to have secured his spot within the team. After finishing third in the 2024-25 NBA season, the Lakers have strengthened their squad even further with some key signings over the summer. With LeBron James and Luka Doncic already leading the way, they are in a strong position to push for another championship next year. Despite their strong offseason moves, Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley has suggested that one Laker is among the most overrated players in the league. NBA expert makes "not spectacular" statement on Austin Reaves. Even though Austin Reaves went undrafted in 2021, he has still managed to carve out an important role for himself with the Lakers. Some even believe he's the best third option in the league, which is no small claim. The Lakers clearly value him, as they put a contract extension on the table this summer. Reaves turned down a $90 million offer, hoping to land an even bigger deal next season. But is he really worth that kind of money? According to Buckley, AR-15 falls into the category of most overrated players in the league. Life under the Hollywood spotlight has both its perks and its problems. Performing inside of a fishbowl magnifies both strengths and shortcomings, leading to often confusing views of a player's true valuation. In other words, it really isn't Reaves' fault he's on this list, but he's also benefiting from being perhaps the most talked about third option in basketball. Buckley questioned how much attention Reaves would get if he were putting up similar numbers somewhere else, how many, if any, headlines would be dedicated to him if he was putting up the same 20.2 points and 5.8 assists on, say, the New Orleans Pelicans instead of the Lakers? Buckley then pointed out that Reaves only just exceeded an average player efficiency rating last season. Those are good numbers, sure, but they're not spectacular. For that matter, neither are his career marks in player efficiency rating, 15.5. Buckley continued, he is a skilled scorer and a capable secondary playmaker, but he's not elite in either category. He's also a limited on-ball defender who doesn't make plays on that end of the floor. NBA analyst labels Austin Reaves as a high-end role player. Reaves has shown steady improvement since entering the league in 2021, but questions remain about what that means for his next contract. According to Buckley, he's not worth the $90 million extension he was offered. The columnist also doesn't see him as anything more than a high-end role player. Add it all up, and you're looking at an offense-leaning, offense-only, solid starter or perhaps high-end sixth man, Buckley wrote. Yet, you'll hear talk of him being a star, being untouchable, and potentially soon being paid north of $30 million annually. Buckley went on to say that despite only having 4 years in the league, Reaves is already 27 and may have already hit his peak. He might be a high-end role player, but that's probably where he tops out, Buckley added. Because while he may seem young in terms of NBA service, for seasons under his belt, his 27th birthday is already behind him. It's possible we've already seen his best, and his best isn't nearly as good as you probably heard from the loudest, most optimistic portion of his fanbase.